Howdy, folks. Woody Willis from NeedCoffee.com here. Back again for another Wayhomer review. Here's how it works for the uninitiated. I have just left the cinema where I have seen a film, and I'm going to tell you about that film on my way home, because it's just simpler that way and it saves time. And the car beeps. What can you do? We're here today to talk about Star Trek Into Darkness. So, now I need some sort of hand signal to mean IMAX. Maybe that's IMAX. I have no idea. So yes, IMAX 3D Star Trek Into Darkness, because it's a film that just needs to be large. Okay, so synopsis. When we last left our heroes, they're on the Enterprise and they're going to do enterprising things, and we join them doing these things already in progress. Well, it seems that there's a very bad man running around doing bad things, which is what bad men normally do. And this draws the attention of Starfleet Command, and Starfleet Command wants this man dealt with. And of course, if you need somebody dealt with, the person to talk to is James Tiberius Kirk, or something like that. That's pretty much all I can say without giving major bits away, because there are some major bits in the film, which is good. Okay. First things first, whoever's cutting trailers these days, it's like you actually know how to cut trailers. It's amazing. Because Star Trek Into Darkness's trailer looks like it's giving away lots of bits, but really it's not. It subverts the bits necessary, and thus makes for a very pleasant viewing experience when you realize what's going on. They're very crafty. So that is excellent. Now, what about the actual film? Well, here's the thing. The first film, I absolutely freaking loved, because it's the first science fiction film in a long time that seemed to understand that it was a science fiction film. And by that I mean that it was able to, and spoilers if you haven't seen the first film, what the hell's wrong with you, but the fact that they were able to splinter off and create an alternate timeline, it's like, how do you stop fans from getting pissed at you? It's that you used the laws of the universe that you've created to splinter off an alternate timeline, meaning that your regular timeline's still there, so they can't get pissed. It's not like you replaced anything. The original Star Trek crew are still out there in another timeline, doing whatever you want. You can put them in books, comic books, video games, radio dramas, Legos, whatever you want. You can do that. So it's really quite brilliant. I was so happy about that, because there are a lot of companies that pay lip service to that sort of thing, but they just don't pull it off. And I don't want to mention any names, because that would be indiscreet. DC and Marvel. But anyway, so yes, I was very, very happy with the first film, surprisingly so. And I was a little, hesitant as always about sequels, but the prospect of seeing evil Benedict Cumberbatch, which I urge you to try to say the words evil Benedict Cumberbatch, because it's so much fun to say it. Despite it's almost as much fun to say it as it is to watch it happen on the screen. So normal trepidation going into this film. The good news is this. It is crazed, sort of big space opera explosions, science fiction fun, like you would want, okay? With a worthy villain in the form of Benedict Cumberbatch, who, I don't want to give anything away. He's obviously the villain from the trailer. But yeah, so he is excellent, and the crew is all back, and they're all given things to do, which is nice. Some of them more than others, but that's normal for the crew of the Starship Enterprise. So, very few things to bitch about. I think there's one spatial jump, and I mean that in a story sense, not a literal sense, that I didn't quite understand. I may have missed something, I don't know, that I didn't quite get. But there was enough twists and turns going on where even, once you knew what you knew, certain reveals, you weren't quite sure what they meant, because you're dealing with an alternate timeline. So while you know details and Star Trek historical facts, you may not know what they mean in this new world. It's kind of like, but sort of not really, the Walking Dead, the people who know the comic book series watching the TV series, and you know things, and they will use that against you when they're making the TV series because they want to screw with your head. They do that here too. And again, use the alternate timeline bit to their benefit from a story perspective. So again, you actually have smart people playing in the genre, which is a nice change of pace. So yes, I mean, the effects were all good. Even the 3D I thought was quite good. Now, I don't know if that's the IMAX 3D or regular 3D or whatever, but 3D in general that I saw was quite good. The story I had really no problems with. Again, there are a couple of things which you might quibble with, but the good news is I was having, well, you might be, hopefully you are, but I was having so much fun, I didn't care. And that's for all of you people who, oh, you're just such a stickler for, no, I just, entertain me and I will forgive a lot. So there was a lot of entertainment going on. And I think the two things that I like best about the film, I didn't like it quite as much as the first film. And that's probably because I was just so happy. I was like jumping in my seat when I realized what they were doing with the first film. But I still was very pleased with Evil Benedict Cumberbatch. And I'm not saying that just to say that again, because I can say it anytime I want. This is my video, Evil Benedict Cumberbatch. And I was really pleased with that. And I was also pleased with how they subverted expectations, right? So you could watch this film and know nothing about the original Star Trek, and you'd be fine. But if you watch it and you know something about the original Star Trek, your experience will be enriched. So I was quite happy with it. Now I would say, yeah, sure, if you're a Trek fan and you want to see it on the big screen, IMAX would be good. The medium IMAX, not the big billboard size, this was billboard size, the side of a building sized IMAX, because those are a bit ridiculous. But the regular, just blown up IMAX that they have in regular movie theaters, yeah, sure, go for it. And there's really no way to save money for those. But I'm sure if you saw it on a regular screen with 3D, you'd be fine. And really, I mean, 3D is just an enhancement. You don't really need the 3D in order to enjoy the film. So I would say definitely go see it. Especially if you enjoyed the first film, because they do more of that. And you will be pleased. Now, cup-wise, I'm thinking 4 out of 5. A very, very solid and respectable 4 out of 5. And yeah, I mean, I'm quite happy. I am sad that Abrams will probably be too busy with the other Star franchise to do number 3, but who knows? I mean, maybe he'll come to his senses and run away from that screaming. But I don't know, the paycheck is probably huge. So anyway, so yeah, there you go. Star Trek Into Darkness, worthy and fun, and pretty much what you want from some science fiction explodo. So there you go. If you enjoy these things, as always, well, first of all, thank you for watching. But if you do enjoy these things and you want to help out, especially since we're recording this on my iPhone, God help us, because the video camera is still dead, then you can go to neatcoffee.com/support and throw some money in the till. If everybody who watched and enjoyed these things were to just throw $1 for every one of these things into the till, then the till would be full of dollars, and that would be nice. But yes, so thanks so much for all of you who do that. We really appreciate it, and we will see you next time on the Wayhomer Reviews. Bye. Evil Benedict Cumberbatch. I just wanted to get it in one more time.